Hello children, in the previous video we have discussed about the introduction of light. So we have discussed that light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum which causes sensation of vision to human eye. And we have discussed about different phenomena which light can show. And I told you that we restrict ourselves to study of two phenomena in your session for your class, that is reflection and refraction. And before starting what is reflection or refraction, let me tell you that the study of light is called optics. So optics are divided into two parts. One is called ray optics and the other is physical optics. Ray optics is the optics where the size of obstacle is very large compared to the wavelength of light, whereas in case of physical optics the size of obstacle is very small or comparable to the wavelength of light. However, we are studying ray optics, so we consider light as a ray. The other one is wave optics or physical optics, where we consider light as a wave. Now, in reflection or refraction, we consider light as a ray, so we draw a ray. So what is a ray? A ray is nothing but a direction in which light moves. So this is the direction in which energy flows. So this is called ray or ray of light. And let me tell you what is the meaning of luminous object. An object which emits light is called luminous object, and object which reflects light is called non-luminous object. So object or luminous object emits light, like sun emits its own light, called luminous object. And there is a bulb, it emits light, luminous object. And the object which reflects light is called non-luminous object. Example, moon reflects light or mirror reflects light, and you have reflectors in studios which can reflect light. Those are called non-luminous object. Now, in case of reflection, we know what is reflection, like I told you in previous class. Reflection is the phenomena where light bounces back to the same medium. Suppose you have a material or any substance on which light falls. So this is called light ray. When light ray falls on this substance, three things occurs or three things happen. What is that? Some part of light is bouncing back to the same medium, called reflection. Some part is traveling into the medium, called refraction, and some part is absorbed by the surface, and that is called absorption. So when light is incident on certain material or any object, three phenomena occurs: reflection, refraction and absorption. So we study about reflection of light. The object which reflects light is called mirror. So mirror is nothing but an object made of glass which reflects light. So let's say this is a mirror and this is made of glass. So this is a glass or glass plate. When light is incident on this one, it reflects, provided that the other side of the object is painted or covered or coated with silver. So you take a transparent glass and the other side you coat it with silver, that becomes a mirror. So this is a mirror. So mirror, what does mirror do? It will not transmit the light, but it will reflect most of the light. So most of the light bounces back to the same medium. So this is called a reflection of light. So which object or which material allows the reflection? That is called a mirror. So mirror is an object which allows reflection or which shows reflection of light. So there are two types of mirrors. One is plane mirror, which is a flat mirror, and the other one is curved mirror. In curved mirror, again you have two types. One is concave mirror and the other is convex mirror. So these two are called curved mirrors or spherical mirrors. So we discuss how reflection occurs on plane mirror and also how reflection occurs on curved mirror, that is concave mirror or convex mirror. Let's see that. Now, a plane mirror is a flat mirror, so which is silvered on the other side, or this is called silver coating. So when it is coated with silver, the other side becomes non-reflecting surface and this side is reflecting surface. So what is reflecting surface? This is the reflecting surface, the other side is coated with silver. When light is incident on it, first we draw a line which is perpendicular to the surface, and the line which is perpendicular to the surface is called normal. Normal means perpendicular. So we draw normal. So normal is drawn at a point where light is incident. So light is incident on the mirror and we have drawn normal here. So this is light ray. The angle made by the light ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. Let me repeat that. So light is incident on mirror. We have drawn what? Normal. So what is a normal? A line perpendicular to the reflecting surface is called normal. So when you draw a normal, the angle made by the light ray with the normal is called angle of incidence. So after incidenting on this, the light is reflected back into the same medium, that is called reflection. So according to the principle or according to the law of reflection, let me write here the laws of reflection. So laws of reflection. So what are the laws of reflection? Let's see that. First law is that angle of incidence, and this is the angle of reflection. So angle made by the reflected ray with normal. So what is this ray? Incident ray. And what is this ray? Reflected ray. So the angle made by incident ray with normal is called angle of incidence, and the angle made by reflected ray with normal is called angle of reflection. First law is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is very important point in case of plane mirror. And the second law is that the incident ray, the normal and reflected ray lie in same plane. So what is the meaning of plane? Look at this one. Suppose this is a mirror. So light is incident on this one. This is incident ray and this is normal and this is reflected ray. All of them lie in same plane. Let's say this, my hand is a plane. So all of them lie in same plane. Meaning what? Suppose this is incident ray. Reflected ray will not be in different plane. Like incident ray is this one. Ray will not be reflected like this, but it is reflected in the same plane where you draw the normal. So that is called angle of incidence, angle of incident ray, normal and reflected ray lie in same plane. So they lie in same plane. So what are lying in same plane? Lie in same plane. So what is lying in same plane? Incident ray, IR, normal and RR, reflected ray. They are lying in same plane. That is the second law of reflection. You got that one? Now, there are two types of reflection. This I have taken on a flat surface. Suppose you have a surface which is not flat but something like this. It is not necessary that the surface always should be flat. This is, however, a plane mirror. I have considered a surface where it is not flat, not smooth or a plane. Now, when light is incident on this one, this is incident ray. Now we draw a normal here. So normal is nothing but perpendicular to the surface, and this is reflected ray. Incident ray, normal, reflected ray. Now look at this one. Reflected ray, reflected ray. This is irregular reflection. Because see, you take a smooth surface like this. Now again I take another incident ray, this is reflected ray. Look at this one, this is symmetric. So this symmetric reflection is called regular reflection, and this is asymmetric reflection or diffused irregular reflection. So this is called, this is the irregular reflection. So there are two types of reflection, but we study about this one, which is reflection on a regular surface or plane surface. Okay, now let's talk about reflection of light on plane mirror. So consider a plane mirror, and this is a silvered surface, so non-reflecting surface, and this is reflecting surface. So when you want to study about the reflection of light, you draw a normal. So this is incident light and this is reflected light. This is plane mirror, which is coated silver on one side and reflecting surface on the other side. So this is incident light or incident ray. This is normal and this is reflected light ray. So this angle made by incident light ray with normal is angle of incidence, and we know it reflects back with angle of reflection, and we can write that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection in case of reflection, any reflection. So let's see what is the angle of deviation in this one. So let me extend this light ray. So what is this light ray? Incident ray. We have extended this one. So if there was no mirror, the light would have traveled in this direction. Because of mirror, light has deviated this. So this is angle of deviation. If you look at this clearly, this total angle is 180 degrees. What is 180 degrees? D plus R plus I. So this is I. So I plus R plus D is 180 degrees. So I can write I plus, also R can be written as I. So I plus D is 180 is nothing but pi. So the angle of deviation is pi minus 2i. So remember that if angle of incidence is given, the angle of deviation can be found using D is equal to pi minus 2i. Now you have a plane mirror at a particular distance D or particular distance you have placed an object. So O is the object. So here O is the object and this is real object, and the distance of this real object from the mirror is U. Then its image is formed. So how do you find the location of image? By drawing or by choosing any light ray. So this is a light ray and this is normal and it has reflected. So this is what enters the human eye. So human eye is seeing that reflected ray, but how does it see? Extending it back, and it forms at this point where the distance we call it as V. So U is object distance, distance of the object from the mirror measured perpendicular to the mirror, and after reflection the light which enters your eye is what is called image. So image is seen here at the same distance for a plane mirror. So let us discuss clearly about what is object and what is image. In light or in reflection or in optics, we come across these two words, object and image, and we also have words like real object, real image, virtual object, virtual image. Let us try and understand what are the meanings of these real and virtual. So real is the point or the object where actually the rays meet, and virtual is we extend them so that they may meet. So that is called a virtual object or virtual image. So what you see here is object. The light rays from the object are coming and they are reflecting back, and you extend this. So try to understand this one. So this is the object. Now these are the incident rays. Got it? So if you join these two incident rays, this is the object. So what is object actually? Point of intersection of incident rays. So object is very simple. The point of intersection of incident rays is called object. And what is image? The point of intersection of object is point of intersection of incident rays. Image is point of intersection of reflected or refracted rays. Now this is a reflected ray and this is another reflected ray. Look at these two reflected rays, they are diverging. Do they meet? No, you have to extend them back. So when you extend them back, this is the point where they would have met. So that is called image. Now, are these rays actually meeting at this point? No, we are extending them back so that they meet. That's why this image is virtual image. You got that? Virtual means we extend back, real is they meet. Now in this case, this is the object which is real object because light rays are actually starting from that point, and after reflection the light rays are diverging. We are extending them back to meet at this point, since this is image and this is virtual. So virtual image means virtual image is formed by joining the reflected rays. If it really meets, that is real image. If we extend, that is called virtual image. Let me take another example. Suppose you have a mirror here. This is a plane mirror and these are incident rays. So what is the nature of these incident rays? They are converging. Do they meet at any point here? After reflection, they meet at this point. So this is the image, because point of intersection of reflected rays, we call it as image. Now these are incident rays. Where do they meet? They meet somewhere here, but you have put mirror there. So what do? You extend them and make it to meet here. So this is the object. Now in case of this object, try to understand the difference between these two. Here is the object where the rays are actually starting from the object, whereas in this case the rays are incident on the mirror in such a manner that they would meet on the other side. It's called behind the mirror. So behind the mirror the object rays are meeting. That's why this object is called virtual object. After reflection, are the rays really meeting? Yes, then this image is called real image. So real image is this one and virtual image is this one. So you need to understand that a plane mirror for real object forms virtual image, and for virtual object forms real image. So that is what the difference between object and image. Let me come to this once again. Object is point of intersection of incident rays. Image is point of intersection of reflected rays. If point of intersection is for real object, if you extend virtual object. Also image, if you extend virtual image, really they meet in this case, that is called real image. And a plane mirror produces virtual image for real object and real image for virtual object. Let's talk about image of extended object on plane mirror. So you have a plane mirror and you're trying to find out how an extended object forms an image on plane mirror. So far we're discussing about point object. Now let's take an extended object. Let me take a letter B here. So this B is formed in a mirror in laterally inverted manner. Suppose you take R, then you have R in this way. These are mirror images. Suppose you take L, you see this. You write 9, you see it as P here. So this is how the images are formed for extended object. So this is the formation of image in front of plane mirror or for plane mirror. So object is placed in front of plane mirror, image is formed behind the mirror. What we see ourselves daily is a plane mirror. We see ourselves in plane mirror. You suppose you have a right hand. This is a light board. What I'm writing, it is actually see what am I writing with right hand or left hand? So what you see there is left. Actually I'm writing with my right. So I'm not a lefty, I'm a right-handed. So this is how image is formed on a plane mirror. Now look at this one. This is image of B. So I take the extreme point of B and extend it. Also the extreme point of B here and extend it. So this is the region where you can see B, and that is called field of view. Let me draw for this one. For P, you take two extreme rays and this is the other extreme ray. So this is the field of view of P. So this is a point where you are in field of view of P but not in field of view of B. So field of view is simply the field or the region where you can see the image of a given object. So P, this is 9 seen as P. So that image, how do you find the field of view? Take the extreme rays passing through the ends of the mirror and draw these, and in this region you can see that P. So that is called field of view, FOV in short form. So field of view is a region where you can see the image of a given object. Discuss about reflection of light on curved surface. So like spherical surface, you take a spherical glass or a sphere and you cut a part of it. So this is a part which is cut. So this is the part which is cut. Now this has got two surfaces. If you silver coat inside, then the outside is called reflecting surface, or if you silver coat outside, then inside is the reflecting surfaces. So these two possibilities for a glass or for a glass coated on both sides. So these are two types of mirrors. curved mirrors or spherical mirrors. The mirror where silver coating is outside and reflecting surface is inside is called concave mirror, and the mirror where silver coating is inside and reflecting surface is outside is called convex mirror. So let's discuss about the reflection of light on convex and concave mirror.